Listen, I want you to stop whatever you're doing right now and hear me with your full attention, because what I'm about to say could change everything for you. You've been waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect mindset, the perfect motivation. But here's the truth: there is no perfect time. There is only now. And if you don't move now, if you don't act now, if you don't fight now, you'll spend the rest of your life wondering what could have been. That's the brutal reality. Life doesn't wait for you. Success doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your emotions. You either take control now or watch everything slip through your fingers forever. You see, the difference between a winner and a loser isn't luck. It's action. It's the ability to wake up, feel tired, feel broken, feel hopeless, and still move forward. Most people talk. They talk about what they're going to do. They talk about their dreams. They talk about how they're planning to start next week, next month, next year. But that's the mindset of the average man. The average man dies with regrets. The real ones, the dangerous ones, the ones who rise, they act. They see an opportunity and they jump, even if they don't know how they'll land, because they understand it's now or never. When I say, "Ooh, it's now or never," I'm not giving you a quote to post on your Instagram story. I'm giving you a reality check. You think life's going to wait for you to get ready. You think success is going to knock twice. Wake up. The world doesn't care about your potential. It cares about your results. Every second you waste doubting yourself, someone else is out there grinding, building, and becoming unstoppable. Every second you waste scrolling, complaining, procrastinating, someone's outworking you. And when they make it and you don't, you'll call them lucky. No, they weren't lucky. They moved when you hesitated. They said no when you said later. The truth is, life is war. Every day is a battle between your comfort and your potential, between your weakness and your power. Most of you are losing that war because you keep negotiating with your excuses. You keep saying, "I'll start when I feel ready." You'll never feel ready. Readiness is a lie. Progress is the only truth. You don't get confidence before you start. You get confidence by starting. You don't find motivation. You build it through discipline. You don't wait for the stars to align. You make them align through relentless action. That's what separates men from boys. That's what separates dreamers from doers. And I'll tell you something, one day you'll wake up and there won't be any more time left. You'll look back and realize that all those chances you didn't take, all those moves you didn't make, all those words you didn't say, they're gone forever. That's the pain of never. And that pain, my friend, will haunt you more than any failure ever could, because failure is temporary. Regret is permanent. So this is your moment. This is your call. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when things feel right. You've got to move now. You've got to attack life with everything you've got. Build that body. Start that business. Fix that mindset. Cut out the laziness, the fear, the people who hold you back. Because every second you waste thinking, someone else is doing. Every moment you wait, someone else is winning. You've got to look in the mirror and say, "It's me versus me. And I'm not losing anymore. Stop waiting." That's the truth you've been avoiding your whole life. You sit around hoping that one day something will happen. That one day life will magically shift in your favor. You tell yourself, "When I get a better job, when I have more time, when things settle down," but deep down, you know that someday never comes. You keep waiting for the right moment, but here's the harsh reality. There is no right moment. There's only now. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to lift you out of your situation, hand you success, and say, "Here, you deserve it." The world doesn't work that way. The universe rewards action, not intention. The only person who can save you is staring back at you in the mirror. You need to understand something fundamental. Your life is entirely your responsibility. Every failure, every setback, every missed opportunity, all of it comes down to you. The second you stop blaming the world, your parents, your boss, or your past, and instead say, "This is my fault, and that's why it's my responsibility to fix it," that's the second your life starts changing. That's when you take back your power. Because as long as you keep waiting for someone to save you, you're handing away control of your destiny. You're living like a victim, not a victor. and victims don't win. Here's a brutal hook for your soul. If you died today, how many dreams would die with you? How many ideas never got started because you were too scared or too lazy to move? You've been given this one life, this one chance, this one body, and you're wasting it waiting for a miracle that's never coming. The people you admire, the ones you watch online, the ones you call lucky, they're not special. They just stopped waiting. They decided. They acted. They built themselves brick by brick when nobody was watching. While you were talking about what you'll do, they were out there doing it. While you were scrolling, they were grinding. While you were sleeping, they were creating. And now you look at them and say, it's easy for them. No, it was never easy. They just moved when you froze. Every second you spend waiting, someone else is working. Every excuse you tell yourself, someone else is proving wrong. The clock doesn't stop for you to get ready. The world doesn't care about your potential. Potential means nothing if it's never executed. People will say, I could have been successful. I had the talent. I had the ideas. But talent without execution is useless. Knowledge without action is wasted. The world is filled with smart, capable, gifted people who never did anything because they were waiting for a sign, waiting for permission, waiting for confidence. Confidence doesn't come first. Action does. You earn confidence through movement, through doing what others refuse to do. Think about this. The greatest lie ever told is that time is infinite. You live like you've got forever, but you don't. The clock is ticking whether you act or not. Every moment you hesitate is a moment lost. You'll never get it back. Life doesn't pause for your fear. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It keeps moving, and every day you wait, the gap between who you are and who you could be widens. You either use time or it uses you. Stop waiting for the right motivation, the right support, the right conditions. The truth is, you'll never feel 100% ready. Nobody does. Every successful person started with doubt, fear, and uncertainty. They just didn't let it stop them. They knew the only way out was through. They understood that nobody was coming to rescue them. So they became their own hero. That's the mindset you need. You have to say, no one's saving me. No one's fixing me. No one's building my dream but me. You've got to take full control right now. Because if you don't, 10 years from now, you'll be sitting in the same place, telling the same story with the same regrets. So here's your choice. You can keep waiting, keep hoping, keep dreaming, or you can stand up, take command, and move. Nobody's going to hand you success. You have to take it with your bare hands. You have to fight for it, bleed for it, grind for it. Every second you wait is a second you lose. The moment you realize that you are all you've got, that's when everything changes. Because once you stop waiting for a savior, you become unstoppable. Motivation is a lie. It's a spark that fades the moment life hits you in the face. You can't rely on motivation to build an empire because motivation disappears when things get hard, and things will always get hard. Discipline, on the other hand, is what separates the weak from the strong, the talkers from the doers, the average from the unstoppable. You think the greats wake up every day feeling inspired. You think they roll out of bed excited to grind. No, they wake up tired, sore, frustrated, and still do it anyway. That's discipline. Discipline is when you show up, not because you feel like it, but because you promised yourself you would. Most people don't fail because they lack potential. They fail because they lack consistency. They let emotions dictate their actions. I don't feel like it becomes the excuse for every missed opportunity. The truth is, if you only move when you're motivated, you'll never make it. Motivation comes and goes like the weather, but discipline is the steel backbone that keeps you standing when everything else crumbles. It's the voice inside that says, I don't care how I feel, I'm doing it anyway. You build success not on days of excitement, but on days of exhaustion when you push through every fiber of resistance screaming at you to quit. Here's the raw truth. Your emotions are liars. They'll convince you to stay comfortable, to rest, to slow down, to take it easy. And while you're listening to that soft voice of weakness, someone else out there is ignoring it. Someone else is getting stronger, sharper, and hungrier. That's why discipline isn't just a skill. It's a weapon. It's the weapon that allows you to crush the version of you that wants to stay small. You have to train yourself like a soldier to follow through no matter how you feel. The moment you let emotion take control, you lose the battle before it even starts. There will be days when you don't see results, when your effort feels wasted, when you question if it's even worth it. And that's when discipline matters most. Motivation will abandon you when the pain kicks in, but discipline will whisper, keep going. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's the 5 a.m. alarms, the workouts when your body aches, the late nights when you'd rather relax but you keep grinding. It's the invisible work no one sees that creates the results everyone admires. The world will never reward your intentions. It rewards your persistence. Think about it. Everyone wants success, but very few are willing to live with the boredom, the repetition, the sacrifice it requires. That's where discipline becomes your edge. Because while others quit when they're tired, the disciplined keep going. While others get distracted by comfort, the disciplined stay focused. You don't rise because of how you feel. You rise because of what you do, repeatedly, relentlessly, without fail. And when you train your mind to act regardless of emotion, you become untouchable. Here's the hook that should hit you deep. Every time you skip what you know you should do, you train yourself to lose. You're programming your brain to accept weakness. But every time you follow through, even when you don't feel like it, you build power, you build pride, you build identity. You become someone you can trust. That's the true reward of discipline, self-respect. Knowing that when you say you'll do something, you'll actually do it. That's how you win. That's how you build the mental muscle to conquer anything. You can't cheat the system. The grind doesn't care about your mood. Success doesn't care if you're tired. Winners don't wait for motivation. They create it through momentum. They know that action fuels emotion, not the other way around. You move first and the feeling comes later. Discipline turns action into habit, and habit turns ordinary men into legends. You have to train yourself to show up every single day, not because it's easy, not because it feels good, but because your goals demand it. So stop worshiping motivation like it's the answer. Motivation is fleeting, fragile, emotional. Discipline is iron. Discipline is what drags you through the fire when motivation burns out. And when the world sees your results, when they call you lucky or gifted, you'll know the truth. It wasn't luck. It was discipline. It was showing up day after day, year after year, doing what others wouldn't. Because that's what it takes to build something unbreakable. That's what it takes to win. Comfort is the silent killer of ambition. It feels warm, safe, and familiar. But that's exactly why it's so dangerous. Comfort is the invisible cage that keeps you from realizing your full potential. It doesn't scream or fight you, it whispers. It tells you, you've done enough for today. You deserve a break. You can start tomorrow. It lulls you into a false sense of satisfaction while your dreams quietly fade away. The truth is, every time you choose comfort over growth, you are choosing mediocrity over greatness. And the scariest part, you don't even notice it happening. You slowly stop pushing, stop reaching, stop fighting, until one day you wake up and realize that you've settled for a life you never wanted. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. The moment you decide to stay comfortable, you stop evolving. Nothing extraordinary ever came from staying in your comfort zone. Every success story you admire was built on pain, risk, and discomfort. You think champions love suffering. No, but they understand that growth demands struggle. Every rep in the gym that burns, every late night when your eyes are heavy, every rejection that stings, that's where strength is forged. The mind grows in discomfort. The body hardens in discomfort. The spirit awakens in discomfort. Comfort is where dreams die. Discomfort is where greatness is born. Here's a brutal truth. Your comfort zone is a liar. It tells you you're happy when you're not. It convinces you that avoiding pain is winning, but in reality, it's robbing you of your power. Every time you choose what's easy, you make yourself weaker. Every time you avoid the hard road, you deny yourself the lesson it holds. You have to learn to crave the challenge. You have to become addicted to progress, not pleasure. When something feels difficult, that's your signal to go all in. That's your body and mind trying to resist evolution. You can't build a strong mind by living a soft life. Think about it. No warrior was made in comfort. No empire was built on laziness. No leader was forged through ease. Every great man was born through pressure, failure, and pain. The gym hurts, but it builds you. The grind exhausts you, but it refines you. The struggle tests you, but it transforms you. If you want to rise, you must suffer willingly. You must learn to love the discomfort that comes with growth. Because when you stop running from it, you start to realize that pain isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. Pain shows you where you're weak, and discipline teaches you how to become stronger. Here's the hook that should hit your core. Comfort disguises itself as peace, but it's actually poison. It gives you temporary satisfaction while slowly killing your ambition. You tell yourself, I'm happy, but deep down, you know you're not fulfilled. You were born for more, but you've become addicted to less. You've numbed yourself with distractions, endless scrolling, entertainment, fake dopamine hits, all to avoid facing the truth that you're capable of more. Comfort is the drug, and the cure is chaos, controlled, purposeful chaos that forces you to grow. The moment you start chasing discomfort intentionally, you separate yourself from 99% of the world. Most people will always choose the easy path. They'll avoid pain, risk, and uncertainty, and that's why they never change. But the few who are willing to suffer, to push through pain, to go where others won't, those are the ones who rise. That's how you build mental dominance. That's how you earn real confidence. You stop fearing pain and start mastering it. You use it. You transform it into fuel. Every time you feel that resistance, that voice saying, don't do it. It's too hard. Take a break. That's your test. That's the moment that defines you. You can listen to that voice and stay average, or you can silence it and move forward. Success is simple. Do what's uncomfortable until it becomes normal. Then do more. Every level of life demands a stronger version of you, and you can't become that version by staying safe. The real transformation begins when you start doing the things that scare you, bore you, or break you, because that's where growth hides. You have to look at comfort for what it truly is, the enemy of greatness. The more you chase ease, the more you lose your edge. The more you chase growth, the more alive you become. The question isn't whether discomfort hurts. It's whether you're willing to endure it long enough to earn the life you dream of. You have to be willing to suffer temporarily for permanent strength, because comfort may keep you safe, but it will never make you proud. Fear is the greatest liar you'll ever face. It whispers in your ear that you're not ready, that you're not capable, that you'll fail if you try. But here's the reality. Fear is not your enemy, inaction is. Fear only controls the people who don't move. The second you take action, fear begins to die. Action is the antidote. You can't outthink fear. You can only outwork it. You can't sit in your room analyzing every what if and expect confidence to show up. Confidence doesn't come before you act. It's born the moment you move despite the fear. The only way to destroy fear is to attack it head on, with motion, with energy, with decision. Everyone feels fear. The strongest men, the most successful people, the ones who seem unshakable, they all feel it. The difference is they don't let fear dictate their choices. They use it as fuel. Fear is the signal that you're about to level up. It's not there to stop you. It's there to test if you're serious. Every major transformation in your life will require walking straight through fear. That's the toll you pay for greatness. Most people see fear and retreat. The rare few see fear and charge forward. Those are the people who rise. Those are the ones who win. Here's the hook that should shake your core. Fear has destroyed more dreams than failure ever has. People aren't losing because they tried and failed. They're losing because they never tried at all. They let fear make the decision for them. They wait for the fear to disappear before they move, not realizing that it never goes away. Fear doesn't vanish. It gets quieter when you take control. The more you act, the smaller it becomes. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most powerful. The second you take that first step, the fear starts to lose its grip. It feeds on hesitation, and the moment you stop hesitating, it starves. You have to understand that fear is a part of growth. It's proof that you're pushing your limits. If you feel no fear, it means you're staying in the same place. Every new level of your life will come with a new level of fear. That's the price of evolution. You're not supposed to feel comfortable. You're supposed to feel pressure, uncertainty, and challenge. That's what molds you into something greater. You can't build courage in a comfort zone. You build it in the chaos, in the unknown, in the fire. The real warriors aren't fearless. They're simply brave enough to move while they're afraid. Think about it. Fear is an illusion created by your imagination. Most of the things you fear never even happen. You're fighting shadows that don't exist. Your mind invents pain that hasn't even arrived. And in doing so, you rob yourself of the present moment. The fear of failure, rejection, embarrassment, all of it is a lie. Failure teaches. Rejection redirects. Embarrassment humbles. None of them can destroy you, but the fear of them can. You can recover from a mistake, but you'll never recover from the regret of not trying. Action is how you reclaim control. When you act, your focus shifts from what if to what's next. You stop being paralyzed by possibilities and start building results. Every small action is a declaration of war against fear. When you do what scares you, you're rewiring your brain. You're teaching it that fear doesn't own you. Step by step, repetition after repetition, you condition yourself to operate under pressure. That's how confidence is built. Not through words or affirmations, but through action in the presence of fear. Here's the truth most people avoid. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the mastery of it. You don't wait until you're fearless, you act while your hands are shaking. You move while your heart races. You speak while your voice trembles. That's real power. That's growth. Every time you face your fear and act anyway, you steal a piece of its strength and add it to your own. Eventually, what used to terrify you becomes your new normal. That's how you evolve. You need to start seeing fear as your compass, not your cage. If something scares you, that's a sign you should chase it. Fear shows you where the growth is hiding. Stop running from it, run toward it. Because on the other side of fear is everything you've ever wanted: success, freedom, confidence, power. You just have to earn it through action. You can't think your way through fear. You have to move through it. The only difference between those who win and those who stay stuck is that winners move anyway. They act, they stumble, they bleed, but they grow because they understand the truth. Fear is only strong until you start moving. Once you act, it breaks. Once you move, it loses. And once you conquer fear, there's nothing left that can stop you. Time is the one currency you can never earn back. You can lose money, rebuild it. You can lose relationships, replace them. But when you lose time, it's gone forever. Time doesn't care about your excuses, your pain, or your plans. It keeps moving relentlessly every second, every breath, every heartbeat. And while you're hesitating, while you're doubting yourself, while you're scrolling through meaningless distractions, time is slipping away. The brutal truth is this: you don't have as much time as you think. Every minute you waste is a minute stolen from your future. The clock isn't waiting for you to be ready, it's already ticking. And whether you act or not, it keeps counting down. People talk about tomorrow, like it's guaranteed. They say, I'll start next week. I'll do it when things calm down. I'll begin when I feel ready. But tomorrow is a fantasy. The only time you truly own is now. You could die tonight, and all those dreams, all those ideas, all that potential, it would die with you. You're not waiting for the right time. You're wasting the only time you'll ever have. The biggest illusion in the world is that you have more time. That's the lie that keeps people average. They think they can always start later, so they never start at all. Here's the hook that should wake you up. Time doesn't slow down for anyone, and it doesn't pause when you're tired. It doesn't rewind when you regret. It doesn't care if you're afraid. Time is ruthless. It's the one opponent you can't defeat, but you can learn to use it. You can't control time, but you can control what you do with it. That's what separates the powerful from the powerless. The powerful treat time like a weapon. Every second used with precision, every minute invested with intent. The powerless treat time like it's infinite, wasted in comfort, distractions, and fear. You have to understand that every second you spend doing nothing, someone else is spending it building their future. Every time you delay action, someone else is moving faster. While you hesitate, they execute. While you talk, they do. That's how winners are made, not by luck, not by talent, but by the ruthless efficiency of using time. You think success is about intelligence or resources. It's not. It's about who values time more. The man who treats an hour like gold will always dominate the man who treats it like dust. Time exposes your priorities. You can tell me what matters to you, but I only need to see how you spend your hours. You say you want success, but you spend more time watching others live their dreams than building your own. You say you want freedom, but you spend your days doing things that trap you. You say you want power, but you waste your energy on things that don't move you forward. The clock doesn't lie. It shows exactly who's serious and who's pretending. Every hour is either an investment or a loss. Most people live like time is infinite because they fear the truth that it's not. They waste days chasing pleasure, validation, and comfort, never realizing that one day the clock will hit zero. Imagine standing at the end of your life, looking back, realizing you had all the chances, all the opportunities, all the time, and you wasted it. That's a pain no one can fix. You can't beg for more time once it's gone. You can't negotiate with the clock. The graveyard is full of people who thought they had more time. Don't let that be you. Here's the reality. Time will either be your greatest ally or your deadliest enemy. It depends on how you use it. You can't keep saying later when life is screaming now. Every goal, every dream, every mission starts with a single moment of decision. You don't need a new year, a new month, or a perfect day. You just need now. Because now is all you've got. If you don't take action today, you'll wake up tomorrow trapped in the same place with the same regrets, watching the same clock tick away your life. You have to start treating your time like it's sacred. Guard it. Protect it from distractions, from negative people, from wasted energy. Every second must count. Build something, learn something, move forward. Use your time like a weapon, precise, powerful, unstoppable. Because one day the clock will stop. And when it does, you'll either look back proud of how you used it or broken by how you wasted it. The choice is yours. But remember this, time doesn't care about your choice. It only moves forward. And if you don't move with it, you'll be left behind. Winners decide, losers delay. That's the brutal line that separates those who rise from those who rot in mediocrity. The world is full of people with dreams, plans, and potential, but very few with the courage to decide and act. Most people never lose to failure. They lose to hesitation. They think, they plan, they overanalyze, and by the time they're ready to move, the opportunity is gone. Winners don't wait for perfect timing. They make the moment perfect by acting. The truth is, indecision is a disease that kills more ambitions than defeat ever will. Every time you delay, you feed weakness. Every time you decide and move, you feed strength. You see, winners aren't necessarily the smartest or most talented people. They're the ones who choose to move while everyone else is still thinking. They understand that life doesn't reward hesitation. Life rewards execution. Every great success story began with a simple decision. I'm doing this. Not I'll try, not maybe. A firm, unshakable decision that left no room for retreat. Once you make a real decision, your mind shifts. You stop asking, can I? And start asking, how do I? That's when things begin to change. Here's the hook. Every time you say, later, you're gambling with your destiny. You're betting that tomorrow will still give you the same energy, opportunity, and clarity you have today. But tomorrow doesn't owe you anything. Tomorrow isn't promised. Winners know this. That's why they move now. They strike while the fire's hot, even if they're not ready, even if they're scared, because they understand something the rest don't. Readiness is a trap. You'll never feel completely ready. Waiting to be ready is just another form of fear. The more you wait, the weaker you become. The more you decide, the stronger you get. Indecision is comfort disguised as caution. You tell yourself you're thinking it through, when in reality, you're scared to move. You're scared to commit, scared to fail, scared to be judged. But the longer you wait, the heavier the fear grows. The mind is a battlefield and hesitation is the enemy that whispers, you can always do it tomorrow. Winners silence that voice. They act fast, fail fast, learn fast, and rise fast. They understand that movement creates momentum, and momentum builds power. Power doesn't come from thinking, it comes from deciding. You have to stop waiting for approval, permission, or perfect circumstances. Nobody's going to come and tell you it's your time. You have to declare it yourself. Winners don't need validation. They decide, they move, and the world adjusts. You have to be ruthless about your choices. Ruthless with your time, your focus, your energy. Because the truth is, life doesn't slow down for the indecisive. The longer you hesitate, the more opportunities pass you by. Success doesn't wait for the hesitant. It bows to the decisive. Think about how many chances you've missed because you hesitated, how many ideas you buried because you doubted yourself, how many dreams you postponed because you kept saying, not yet. Every one of those moments was a door you could have walked through, and you didn't. The world doesn't reward intentions, it rewards decisions. No one remembers the person who almost made it. They remember the one who made a move when no one else did. The one who took the leap, who risked failure, who made it happen. Here's what separates winners. They make a decision and then make it right. They don't wait for everything to line up perfectly. They act, adjust, and adapt on the way. Losers wait for guarantees, winners create them. You can't control the outcome, but you can control your commitment. Once you decide, you're already ahead of 99% of the world. Because most people never decide. They talk, they dream, they prepare, but they never execute. They live stuck in almost. There's power and finality in saying, this is what I'm doing, and refusing to back down. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you reclaim your power. You start to trust yourself again. That's what decision does. It builds confidence. Every decisive moment strengthens your identity. You start to see yourself as someone who follows through, someone who commands life instead of waiting for it. That shift is everything. That's when the world begins to respond differently to you. You need to understand this. The people who win aren't luckier, they're quicker. They move before they're ready. They say yes when others hesitate. They make bold decisions and live with the results. And that's why they rise. Life is constantly presenting you with chances. Doors that open and close in seconds. You either step through them or watch them close forever. Winners don't hesitate at the door. They walk through, even if they don't know what's on the other side, because they know that success favors the bold. You can spend your life planning, waiting, hesitating, or you can decide now, act now, and own your future. The choice is always yours. But remember, every time you delay, someone else decides, and that's why they'll win while you're still thinking. Remember, life doesn't reward the almost committed. It rewards the obsessed. It rewards the ones who refuse to wait. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop living like you've got forever. Because you don't. The clock is ticking, and every tick is screaming the same thing. It's now or never. And when it's all said and done, when people ask how you did it, how you changed your life, how you rose from nothing, you'll look them straight in the eyes and say, I stopped waiting for someday, and I made it happen today. Because in this life, my friend, there are only two types of people, those who wish and those who win. And the winners, they know it's now or never.